welcome. It is Tuesday, November 19th, and I've decided that we're going to be doing bench today after all. My chest still hurts a little bit, but we're just going to power through. So, lifting a little earlier today. I've got some calls for work during my usual, noon to 1 time frame, so we're just going to get it done early. Today is, once again, 3 sets of 2 on the bench. We're going to go for 285. And then we're going to do a little bit of spot press, overhead press, where we pause at the sticking point, and then triceps and face pulls. So, should be a good day. Let's get started. Some wrist straps. Again, just kind of makes the weight feel lighter in your hands. Now to maintain the stacked wrist position instead of in the back of the barbell. So ideally I would need them. Need is probably a strong word. But you guys some reading. Alright, so this is going to be my first double. I'm already kind of feeling it in my chest. I'm just going to let it ride and see how it goes. Knock out 2, and then I'll probably do some more of these heavy sloppy curls at the 65 and just do 3 sets of that. That's right where it's here. The weight's moving okay though. When it comes time for the third set where I do my AMRAP, I guess we'll see how I feel after that. But if I wasn't hurt, I'd probably be shooting for 5 or 6. We'll try for 5. See how that goes. But anyway, let's do some sloppy curls. Strong. All right, now we're gonna rest for about 2 minutes. So usually tell you to tuck your elbows in, but I think that's how I hurt my chest. Just even still, I get less pain if I flare them out a little bit. So probably what I'm going to stick with. Next week I am off work. The kids are off of school, so I built in a deload next week, so I probably won't be recording much because I'm just not going to be lifting much. I'm going to be running around, having fun with them, and getting ready for Thanksgiving. So after this Friday, we'll take about a week off and pick back up in December, and that will just be the top week of this current Meso cycle. So it'll just be a heavy set too. And if I do well this week, it will indeed be heavy from December. So stick around for that. All right. Boom, 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 boom. That set hurt more than the first set. I might only do 3. That's hurting. It's also another sign of time to take a week off. Damn it. Two minutes left on the rest here. So last week I did 270 for, I think it was 7. We'll see how many we get today. $45 more seconds. After this set is up, I'm going to go for spotter pressing, which is really just like the same as the bench press, except I'm going to pause about an inch above my chest and hang out there for a second and then go back up. Not going to go very heavy today, just the way my chest is feeling. I'll probably just strip the bar down to 135 and do my reps. Just want to get some range of motion in there and some blood in it. So we're going to take it easy on this spotter press. Don't want to be a hero on assistance here. All right, 8 seconds. Come on, 6. All right, so you might have noticed I got 6 there. One thing about the bench is it's more technical than a lot of people give it credit for. I think right there I just got into the right position. The lift felt good and efficient, and I was able to get up 6 as a result. So much better than I thought it was going to go. And that just goes to show you if you can nail your technique and make it consistent, it's work worth doing. Whew. Woo! Trying to find that sweet spot where everything's in frame, but you're still close enough for me to actually hear me talk. Well, it looks like I still haven't found that sweet spot. All right. Well, like I said, here's that spot press. It's just like My goal today is just to work the muscle a little bit, get some blood in it, a little bit of a pump, some of that nutrient-rich blood in there to help hopefully heal it up a little bit. Sprago press is a good variation because it kind of helps you maintain tightness throughout the range of motion. A lot of people hit their chest and they lose all their tension, and then they have to fight to get it back up, or they'll come down and bounce it off their chest to get that rep. So this variation just stops you from doing any sort of that. Cheating might be a strong word, but it's a lot to take, maybe. So we're going to set up just like a normal bench press. We're going to go down, hang out, and we're going to go up. 1, down, hang out, 2, 3, 4. Whew. And I don't know if you can see it from your vantage point, but the bar's not actually touching my chest there. It's hanging out about this far above it. 2 more sets of this. It's not very heavy, so my rest period won't be that long. Then once this is done, we'll move into overhead press, where I'm going to pause at the sticking point. That's going to be another 3 sets of 5. Funny enough, I can overhead press pain-free. It's just the bench that's hurting right now. So if you find yourself in a similar situation and you want to keep pressing, just go overhead for a while. Probably the better exercise anyway. All right. Use my hat. Yeah, you got me. I'm listening to Dragon Ball Z soundtrack. Gets me hyped up, man. Ready? Let's finish this out. Wow. You'll notice my hat has gone to frat boy mode. Because during the press, you want to keep the bar as close to your nose as you can in order to keep that center of gravity above midfoot. So if I was wearing my hat like a normal, respectable adult, I would hit the bill and it would just knock it off my head. So that's why we're doing this. 145 at 145. And once again, gonna pop up, pausing the sticking point right about eye level, and then finish the lift. Whew. I think next week I might release like an actual video. I've never done editing before, but I'll attempt some editing. But we'll go through, my gym setup and what I recommend you have if you want to set up a home gym of your own. I've been lifting with this since 2019, and I've really gotten my money's worth out of it. It's better than a gym membership. I never have to wait for, a rack to open up or a bench on Mondays. And the entire footprint is like a 4x8, so 32 square feet, which I know some of you guys live in apartments or something. Might not be able to spare that, or if you're in a barracks room or something, but if you're in the barracks, you've got a gym membership on post anyway. But yeah, if you've got a garage or a basement and you're not using all that space, it's 100% something I'd recommend. The entire setup here, I've added to it a little bit over the years, but you could probably get something set up for like $600-700, which sounds like a lot. I mean, it can be a lot. But if you've got a gym membership, that'll pay for itself in a year or two. And a lot of this stuff you can find pretty cheap on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace as well. So keep an eye out for that, and you find some deals. I got a treadmill for $50, and it's a good treadmill. It would have been $700 new. So people buy the stuff, they get hurt, or they just stop working out. They buy it in that January fitness fever, and then by March it's a drying rack for towels, and they just need the room, so they're trying to get rid of it. So that's a good opportunity to pick some of this equipment up for a cheaper price. So, fun fact about the overhead press. Some people, when the weight gets high, they will be in the middle of the pressing motion, and the pressure that they get from bracing and trying to get the load overhead will actually trigger the fainting response. I think it's called like a syncope or something. But yeah, when I was younger, anytime I would overhead press like above 185, I'd black out with the bar in the air. So that was always very exciting. The important part is when that's happening, recognize it and lower that bar as quick as you can. That's why I recommend always doing this exercise by a cage. You can kind of just fall forward with the bar to catch it in the arms. That's why you want the bar set a little bit lower than, what your hands hit. You don't want to reach for it. And once you rack that bar, it's just there. You can use it to steady yourself so you don't hit the floor. Knock on wood, that hasn't happened to me in about 6 years, but it's scary when it doesn't. It's common enough occurrence that, folks write about it. So something to keep in mind. I think it's something about the pressure in the veins and arteries in your neck. I might be making that up, but I don't have Wikipedia in front of me, so I'm just kind of going off memory and what I've read, 5 years ago. So Take it with a grain of salt, research it. Don't take my word as gospel. So this will be my last set. It's going to be 5 reps. Once this is over, I'm going to rig up my pulley system and do some tricep extension. And then I'm going to pair that tricep extension. It's just going to superset right into face pulls. And we'll rest for a minute. We'll do, let's see how heavy it feels, but we'll probably do like 3 by 12 or something. Get a little bit of a pump. All right, let's do this thing. All right. Let's get a 25 on here. So, as you can see, I've got the straight bar on there for tricep pull downs, which you can just nail it up, knock out the pull downs with that straight bar as is traditional. One of the things that you're going to see me do that I like is I'm going to take this little towel. I'm going to actually wrap it around there and use it as a rope. That mimics the rope pull down, which I feel like hits my triceps better. And it helps transition into face pulls a little easier right after. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you just put the towel over the bar like this. And then I have a little bit of OCD, so I just want to make sure it's even, but you just grab the towel, you back up, do it like that. Well. All right. So that's the rotation. I'll rest about a minute and then I'll hit it again. Those face pulls are good for your upper back. They're not really they're like the quintessential assistance exercise. They don't translate directly into anything, but they help with everything. It's good to do them on bench days. If you're pushing, it's gonna, eventually your shoulders are gonna get rounded, especially if you're sitting at a desk all day at a computer. You're a fucking nerd like me. So one of the good things about, not only having a dedicated pull day, but also these face pulls to help strengthen those upper back muscles, and it helps you maintain your posture. Ooh, and it also helps with injury prevention. They call it prehab. So that's the point of those. Okay, let's do the next set. So those face pulls are better done slow. You could see I was rushing them through, and the weight started moving like a big pendulum. I gotta tell you, I have broken 2 mirrors. I used to have a mirror on that back wall, and getting too fast with those caused the weights to swing back, and it shattered both of those mirrors, which is why I don't have a mirror now, because I'm just going to do it again. But as you saw at set 10, or rep number 10, I just set the weight down on the ground to take that momentum out of the plates and then finish my last 2 reps. So there's something to be said about controlled fluid movements, which is another reason you probably don't want to go super heavy on these. All right, last set coming up. Got my wallet. Woo. All right, y'all. Time for cleanup. That's the workout for today. If you stumble upon this later after the live is over, you have any questions for me, please just type them in the comments. We'll do our best to answer them. Anyway, without further ado, my name is Max Dadliff. This was my bench workout for November 19th, 2024. And glad you could come hang out with me. See you on Thursday.